Penguin! Oh my god, I love him. Oh, a single element AW dragon available in the maze. Oh, SP, you have done us too nice. I say that, but I come bearing good and bad news regarding this new Magic Maze event. So yes, we have this brand new Emperor Penguin Dragon in this maze event, and the path for this dragon actually opens up in 9 days and 22 hours, so basically you'll have to save up all of your event currency to go down this path. But unfortunately, like the previous maze, we have A and B groups of players again. And so the easiest way for you to tell which group of players you're in is based on the cost of your first tile. You can also do it based on the second one as well. But for instance, it would be checking this banana dragon path, and you'll see that my first tile, I believe, was 10, my second tile was 15. And now we can check this guide that has been provided in my Dragon City event guides channel in my Discord server. But I believe that these guides were made by someone called Bettina, and they were posted in here, so thanks Chicken for sharing them, and thanks Bettina for making them, because we will also be using the Ditlet website, because personally I just find it easier to use with all the images and everything. I think it's probably a little bit more new player friendly, because you know, you've got the images and the costs there. But if we wanted to have a look at the actual in-depth guide for this, then we'll need these guides here, because you'll see that Group A, we've got some of these paths here, and you'll see that we've got costs, the total costs at the bottom, and we've also got colors that signify what each of the items are on those paths. But the problem is, for instance, Group A, if we want to finish Emperor Penguin and Beakaneer's paths, Group A is the numbers that are shown on Ditlep. So we can use Ditlep if you're Group A, and the numbers on there should be mostly accurate, and you'll see that Emperor Penguin's total cost is just under 10,000 maze coins. However, if you are Group B, then unfortunately, Mr. Penguin's total cost, which is on the far right here, which I don't know if you can see it properly, I'll zoom in, is actually 14,837. So it's like 5,000 currency more expensive, and that's for a single path. And it does add up a lot. One of the ones in particular that is kind of terrifying is the Super DHAR MANN path that we've got, because we will also be talking about the special breeding event island that we've got for Super DHAR MANN, but we do have a DHAR MANN path available in this maze event. And he's not a new dragon, but he is used as part of some quests right now, and so some people might want to go down his path. I don't recommend it, but if you're Group A, the total cost for DHAR MANN is just under 29,000 maze coins. However, for those of you that unfortunately have landed in Group B, the total cost for DHAR MANN is actually 43,350, which is on the far left of this image. 43,000! That is the actual cost here. So 43,000 is not going to be doable free to play. I'm just going to say it right now. It's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to get him. Whereas if you're Group A, I think that getting to the Group A cost of 28,900 is a lot more doable. So unfortunately, if you have landed in Group B, you are kind of screwed. But again, if you want to check which group you're at, check the Banana Dragon path. If your first tile is a 10 cost, you are Group A. If your second tile is 15, like me, again, banana. However, if your first tile is 15 and your second tile is 22, on the banana path, for instance, you are unfortunately in the more expensive maze path. Now, why they keep doing this, I don't know, because people are very, very salty about it from what I've seen on, like, you know, Facebook, I've seen it on YouTube, I've seen it in the Discord servers, you know, every form of social media. People aren't happy about these split mazes. I know, I'm not happy about it either. Even though I myself have ended up in a good path, well, in the good group, Group A, I'm not happy that players are being unfairly, I would say, mistreated. I think it's disgusting behavior that there are people that will have to spend near double just to be able to afford a dragon, but it is what it is. But just to quickly go through the total costs in this event, I have actually made a note of these, which I'll just read these off here while I'm here for you. But the total currency that we can get from all resets is going to be 19,800. The puzzle maze currency that we can get, because we will indeed have a puzzle event on, and if you do well in the puzzle event and you get all of the rewards from that, you can see that we've got 2,000, 1,500, a lot of bonus event currency that you can earn from the puzzle event essentially, but you can get 6,000 extra from that. And we do also, of course, have maze event currency available at the moment in these quests over here, which it's not very much, but you can also get some bells from it, so you should probably be doing it. And then you'll see we've got the DHAR MANN quest there. But grand total free to play, not including ads, you can get about 26,000 currency, 26,250 currency-ish. If we include the ads that are going to be going on during this event, you could easily end up with over 30,000 currency. But again, you would have to be taking part in that puzzle event and you'd have to be watching all the ads. And who knows, you could get really lucky on the roulette wheel spins and get tons of currency, in which case you're going to have a lot that you can spend it on. So that is roughly how much you can earn, around about 26,000 including puzzle. But you know, it's very, very expensive. But if you want to go for Mr. Penguin, like I'm going to be going for Penguin, and in general, if you're going to ask what can you get the most value out of, I would say it depends on what you're going for. Because if you go for the Penguin path, for instance, there is a birthday hamper on his path. It's way towards the end here at 8,500 currency, and Penguin himself unlocks at 10,000, just under. But if you're going for birthday hampers, Penguin path is a good one. Another path where you can get a really easy birthday hamper is the Beakaneer path. You can actually get a hamper just for 900 currency. These are all Group A values, remember. If you're Group B, I am sorry. But Group A, if you get to 900 currency down in Beakaneer's path, you can get a birthday hamper. Now, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to go via the Emperor Penguin path, Beakaneer path, Paperfold path, and Cherimoya path. And I did do the calculations for this, that if I want to go through all of these, then it's going to cost about 27,285. That's if I'm in Group A. If you also want to go down the food path, which is the Bavarian path, then it's going to be a little bit less doable at 35,000 currency. But if you just do the Emperor Penguin and Beakaneer path, if you're in Group B, it's going to be nearly 30,000. So if you're Group A, you can basically do 4 paths free to play. If you are in Group B, you can't even do 2 really, or you'll be very close to even being able to do 2 of them. But those are the limited time pass, so we'll have to wait before we can do those. The reason that I want to do Paperfold and Cherimoya personally is because if you check their paths in the game here, where are they? Are they further up? Cherimoya, for example, if we do his path, we can get puzzle moves, which will help us a lot in that puzzle event, which means that we can get more maze currency and the other stuff if we want to. We could skip Cherimoya completely also. It depends on whether you want to go for other stuff in the puzzle event on top of the actual maze currency, which I'm kind of tempted. So you could go for Cherimoya or just do it without the extra puzzle moves. And then we've also got your boy Paper, and on his path, he has runner event stamps. So we are going to have a runner event coming up. And so if we want to get bonus flight stamps, you will go via his path. And to be honest, the Paperfold and Cherimoya paths are quite cheap. Like Cherimoya is 2,500 currency, really cheap. Paperfold is 5,300, which is a little bit more expensive, but you can get some bonus event currency, and that means that you can do well in runner and puzzle potentially. So that is why I'm going to be going for all 4 of these. I will say that I'll probably end up prioritizing Emperor Penguin, because the benefit of Emperor Penguin over Beakaneer, like Beakaneer is cute, he's a bird, I obviously want him, but Emperor Penguin has that AW single element, and this is going to be incredibly good for breeding. Much like Chaos was, if we get every single one of the ancient world elements just like this in single element dragons, they're going to be so good for breeding purposes. So that is why I really want to pick him up. And he's a penguin, so he's cool. He's cool as heck. But anyway, that is my plan for this event. The other path that I haven't really spoken about yet is the Keys path. And with Eolic here, if we do Group A first because it's available here on DHLEP, you'll see the Eolic's path is 10,440, but you also need to go through all of the other key paths, which there's a lot of them. And if you do that, that's going to be another 14,530 plus 10,000. So it's going to be roughly 25,000 currency to get Eolic, just under. Yeah, it's just under, isn't it? So it should be doable to get Eolic, especially if you do the puzzle event as well. You should be able to finish off all of the key paths, which, you know, it's going to be a long slog, because just think, first you've got to go through Mr. Banana's path, then you've got to go through the next key path, then the next key path, then the next key path. There's a lot of key pathing that you have to do. But the benefit of going through the keys path and getting to Eolic, Eolic does actually have a birthday hamper on his path, but it's going to be very expensive to get there, to be honest. But there are also insignias on this path. So, you know, people that really want to go for insignias, they can do that. Like on Stone's path here, you'll see that there are some insignias here. So I know that some people are probably going to maybe go through this path for the insignias, for the bells, and maybe the birthday gifts as well, because we also need birthday gifts as part of one of the collections. So I think that some people may end up going through the keys path for that reason. But since we can get 2 birthday hampers from Beakaneer and Emperor Penguin's path, I'm not too fussed, personally. I just really want Emperor Penguin, and I really want Beakaneer, to be honest. So that's why I'm going primarily for those. I don't really recommend going down the DHAR MANN path, to be honest, unless you really want to do his quests for whatever reason and you just really like the dragon. 28,900 is quite expensive, and there's only a birthday gift there, a bell there. There are insignias, I'll give him that, and apart from that there's trade essence. I know some people really froth over that, but aside from that, I don't see it as too appealing personally, and it's only going to be one single path that you can go down rather than getting like potentially 4 dragons, you know what I mean? So anyway, I hope that all of that makes sense. Again, if you are in Group B, I am sorry, but you're going to have to just accept that you're going to get less rewards from this event than everyone else. It's not fair, I know, I'm sorry. But, you know, I hope and pray that you got into Group A so that you don't have to be feeling bad about yourself. But that is the current maze event. Again, it lasts 11 days. If you're not sure what you can afford, maybe save up some of your currency first and then spend it, rather than, you know, immediately trying to spend it. Since I'm saving for Penguin and the other paths, I'm just going to save my currency for now, personally. But on top of the maze event starting, we also had something really interesting in terms of breeding island. Because Mr. DHAR MANN here, you can actually breed him using Flame plus Terror Dragons. And this is a really good combination because the possible outcomes are really low. That is assuming that they're not empowered. Do not use empowered breeding perked dragons in this breeding event. If you want to breed DHAR MANN, he's got a 1-day 12-hour breeding time. So, you know, that's 24 hours plus 12 hours. So that is his breeding time. That's the breeding time that you're looking for. And you can just try and breed him in any of the breeding dens, like this one, or Sanctuary. Although sometimes Sanctuary, you don't want to breed in there because you'll end up getting a bonus dragon in the breeding pool, which I'm not sure if there is for this combination, but just to make you aware. So you can use these dragons at any level, like level 4. You do not need to have them empowered. It will not increase your chances. Please do not use empowered flames and terrors for this, because otherwise you will have the chance of breeding some dragons with some really long breeding times. And you don't want to have that happen while you're trying to breed for DHAR MANN. He's only here for a week, and breeding event island dragons are incredibly unlikely to be bred. So I do like his little camera dragon follower, by the way. That's the main reason I like the dragon, just because of his follower, not for him. But I can't stress it enough. Make sure you are using non-empowered, non-breeding perked flame and terrors when you're trying to breed him. Like, don't just use the auto-breed feature because it will put your empowered dragons in. Manually go into your breeding den and put in your non-empowered dragons. And it may feel like it's not working, it's just because the chance of breeding him is incredibly low. Anyone that has permanent speed up happy hour, well, power to you, because you're going to be in a massive, or at a massive advantage compared to everyone else. Another unfair thing. Thank you, Social Point, for all of your beta tests and unfair testing done on the players in general. But you definitely can breed him, and then if you manage to take part in his quests and get some bonus Orbies as well. So good luck with breeding DHAR MANN if you're going for him. He's also got Chaos and Salt, which I think is quite nice. But anyway, that is the breeding event island. One more pretty cool thing from today is that we have a new arena. And we do have a Lion's Chest on at the moment, so it's a good time to be grinding arena anyway. But the really cool thing about this arena is that we can actually get corrupted dragon orbs guaranteed for taking part in these arena battles, which is very, very uncommon. We can get orbs of Mr. Sheep, Sheep's also in the maze event, which is kind of weird because I guess they just start offering sheep orbs everywhere. Kind of random. I don't know why, but maybe they like Mr. Sheep at the moment. But corrupted war orbs. This is actually a really, really interesting thing because if they start implementing these corrupted dragon orbs in every arena, that could actually make the basic corrupted dragons actually a lot easier to acquire, which would also mean that their trading value would go down, and maybe we can add lots of dragons to our collection. And if that happens, you know what that means? It means that maybe we could actually unlock dragons from the collection, from the corrupted collection. And you know what that means? That means that more people might actually end up picking up dragons like Corrupted Chaos and Corrupted Legend. So I think that's a big positive for the community if that is the case. I guess we'll have to see it after this arena ends. But of course you have to actually win all your battles and open up these chests to get those orbs. And it's not a tremendous amount of orbs, but it is something. So I'm really positive about this change. I am not positive about the maze changes, however. So yeah, I guess we got some good, we got some really big bad. And obviously you've got to actually win your battles, so there's that as well. So I guess the only other thing that we really have left to do at the moment is collect our Dragon TV reward over here, because we reached 30 balloons today. So let's open our collection chest and get our plus 20 heroic jokers. Tasty. Tasty gemmies. I like it. You know, anytime you can just get free gemmies and free heroic joker orbs, it's a good day. So the next one we'll be opening up is going to be this Titan chest, which I don't care about. This could be useless, just some food. Next one, of course, is going to be Corrupted chest. And again, in this, it seems like they're bringing out Corrupted dragons more commonly during this birthday event, at least. Maybe it'll just be for now. But if they start making these Corrupted dragons more common, I think that that will be a good thing overall for the community. Same with Karmas, if they start making them a little bit more common, not just putting them in Wizard's Hollow, please. Please. Speaking of which, let's do this right now because we'll probably get to room 3 and die. This is not worth gemming at all. This really isn't. The only rewards are going to be some food. It's so bad. I can't stress how bad this is. This is horrific. Obviously, we can pick up some random gems on our way through, but I normally don't even run into gems before I end up dying anyway. So, oh, there we go. Room 3. That's happened 3 times in a row now. Wow, that's so fun. Social point. I really love this event. It's so enjoyable when this happens. Honestly, if you run into a wizard this early, just die. Please don't take that out of context, but that's just this event. It is just RNG. You either get screwed over or you get really lucky and you get to level 20 without dying a single time. There's nothing you can do. It's terrible. Light Titan is not impressive and the rewards are god-awful. So yeah, social point, you somehow made this event even worse. Anyway, that is my mini rant for now. So I am going to be clearing out my hatchery. So let's go and hatch a beautiful bloom lady over here. Oh, look at them. Oh, they're going to be wonderful. I do really like the follower for this dragon, but yeah, we'll get this cleared out and then we can start actually doing some DHAR MANN breeding. But we want to make sure that our den and our hatchery is free because we will have puzzle tomorrow. As I did mention last video, you can do some breeding early to make room and be ahead in the puzzle event if you're going to be really try-harding that. But there we go, there's Bloom with their beautiful little flower follower. I do quite like this dragon. I don't know why they've got weird things on their boobs, but hey, it is what it is. Actually, is it a she? it doesn't actually say in this one's description. I'm going to assume it's a woman. Anyway, that is that new dragon. So I'm going to keep making some species, and then we're going to start on Mr. DHAR MANN, because I love trying to breed for these breeding event island dragons, even though we're almost certainly not going to get him because we don't have permanent speed ups. But good luck to all of us. I wish you the best. And again, if you're confused about anything regarding the maze event or anything else Dragon City related, feel free to join my Discord server and we can go through it with you. But the costs between A and B are very, very different, and it's going to be a pain in the butt trying to explain to people why they just got screwed over. There's no reason for it. You just did. It is what it is. But anywho skis, take care and have fun.